Okay, this is WWE Mattel collection video. A few things I want to preface. This is a figurine fantasia video, obviously. I have the world's biggest Nexus collection documented on YouTube. I can't claim that I have the biggest in the world because I don't know if someone has one and just didn't make a video on it, but the largest documented Nexus collection on YouTube and in the world is by yours truly. About 100 of these are in my antique showcase, so I don't have all of them here. Another 25 or so are on eBay. These are not all the figures I've ever had. I've had this times 5 probably. I've been buying and selling wrestling figures since I was a child, basically. It'd be harder to list the figures I haven't had. I've had pretty much every ringside exclusive. I haven't had many Jakks figures, but Mattel figures, I'm almost unmatched in my knowledge and customization and all these. Most of these are customized or fixed up or in some way. I'm going to give you a quick look at everything. It's not all of them, but it's a start. So, yeah, so there's lots of things here. I'm going to show the accessories first. Where the hell are my accessories? God damn it. I just saw them yesterday. So, this sandwich bag full of this one, and I have 3 of these, but I can only find 1 gallon bag, but I have 2 more of those. Okay, so I don't know where the hell I just saw the other 2. Accessories. Okay, these are not the figures yet. Star Wars guy, Luke, Krennic. So those are the figures I have that aren't. I also have the Brett Favre NFL figure, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Burnell, Aaron Rodgers. I have the Hollywood Hogan ringside exclusive, the Ultimate Warrior ringside exclusive, a whole bunch of mock figures I'm not going to bother showing. Good. So I'm going to start off with the best figure in my collection in terms of... So this is Shinsuke Nakamura NJPW custom. This is a $200 to $300 figure as it is. I'm the only one who has this in the world. It's custom. And then my favorite figure, the John Morrison Elite fix-up with the new head scan glasses, hand with the glove in the World Heavyweight Championship, and the leather jacket that it's actually leather, or pleather probably, from a Jakks figure. It's my favorite figure. And this is my most sought figure. I've had offers for this for $200. Probably won't sell it. Shinsuke, John Morrison are some of my favorite wrestlers. Who is my favorite? Okay, who cares? I'm going on to the video. Earl Hebner Jakks. These are ones that are just throwaways. Hardy without a head. Basic, which I'm going to throw away probably. Kofi in the red. Seth Rollins without a head. Evan Bourne with the Buddy Murphy arms. I'm gonna have to do something with that. Dean Ambrose and Triple H without heads. Alright, so I'm gonna show off the Nexus, since this is what I'm known for. Here, I'm gonna move over here. Wade Barrett, leader of the Nexus. Is your old Dusty. Drew McIntyre, what the fuck is this? Camera setup is so trash. Drew McIntyre. David 𝘚𝘵𝘳𝘴. Zack Ryder. 𝘚𝘵𝘵𝘴 in the purple. Skip Sheffield, right back. Bobby Roode. Let's go look at these. There you go. Sandow, who was very underrated. Punk. Chris Masters. I really need the blue version of Chris Masters for the Nexus and the red one, this one for the Revolution with the red armband. The Revolution is another faction on of my own creation, which I will show you. They're over there. Michael Tarver, the chain and bandana, and the Cesaro knee pads. Cody Rhodes. Justin Gabriel. The updated head scan. I'm not going to point out all of the customizations I've done, fix-ups, head scans, swaps, and all that shit for every single figure. Ezekiel Jackson. Alberto Del Rio, the best head scan they've ever made of him. I tripled up on the knee pads. Those are Mark Henry knee pads, and these also aren't his boots, I'm pretty sure. These are Gold Dust boots. Or something like that. Darren Young. I really want the 2-pack Titus O'Neil head scan with this, because it'd look a lot better. The Zack Ryder knee pads, Sami Zayn boots. Drew McIntyre again. That one I have, and then this one also. Apollo Crews, all white. Used to have white knee elbow pads on them. Alex Riley. Mason Ryan, all white. You could also use this as a Jinder Mahal, probably. David Hart Smith. I used to have a David Hart Smith that it said Kid instead of Smith on here, and it was a misprint, and I sold that for a ton of money. Heath Slater. Sheamus boots. The Miz with the Elite 3 arm, better head scan. The best Miz head scan they've probably ever made. And the all black. I used to have this only in the orange attire, Elite Orange. I had a picture of it on my old thing. Finn Balor. Tyson Kidd. I have a lot of David Hart Smith and Tyson Kidd figures. I used to have I had Jim Neidhart. I had a lot of Bret Harts. I've had the ringside exclusive Bret Hart, the Ultimate Edition, the Toys R Us one with the flag. I've had a lot of Bret Harts, but I've sold most of them. I've had a lot of figures that I've sold. Like I said, it's only probably like 1/10 or 1/5 or something. I've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of figures I don't have here to showcase today. Tyson Kidd. This is supposed to be Adam Page. It's a Brian Pillman head scan. This is way before you got AEW figures when I made that. Shelton Benjamin. It's a I think David 𝘚𝘵𝘴 arm, but I just put the long elbow pad on there to hide the different skin tone. Rusev. Knee pads on there I put on. John Cena. Mike Knox. This is William Regal, but it's a Roddy Piper head scan because I needed the William Regal head scan for something else. Murphy, Buddy Murphy, Justin Gabriel body. Yeah. In order to get in the Nexus, you have to have trunks, and preferably these large black knee pads. I made an exception for David Hart Smith and Apollo Crews. Dragunov. These are the recent ones. Karrion Kross. I have probably 10 of these Nexus arms just in a stockpile, so that when I get a figure that is applicable, I can just immediately put them in. Curtis Axel or Michael McGillicuddy, Toys R Us exclusive. Jinder Mahal. I was going to put hot glue on his head and model it and then paint it black to give him the long hair look, but I put this chic thing on him instead just to hide the whatever. Daniel Bryan. And yeah, that's it for the entire Nexus so far. There's a lot of other figures I could put in there. Titus O'Neil, if I just need the black Titus arm, or Tarver arm. Titus O'Neil, I could put him in. There's a lot of other people I could put in. Santino, I could do a Santino custom of when he first debuted and wasn't a trash, like, you know, comedy wrestler. I could put in pretty much half the people in the Revolution, like Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. Yeah, I could put a lot of people in, but yep. Okay, I'm putting these back in the box. So if I were to sell this entire Nexus, I could probably get, I don't know, anywhere from $750 to $1,000 plus probably. I'd probably list it for like $1,300 for all those figures, and I could probably get it too. Again, only person in the world who has all those. Anyone who says they do is lying, because I'm the only one with them. That has been documented on YouTube. Good. I'm doing the Revolution now. The leader of the Revolution is Bill Goldberg. The Revolution is the Ryback armbands. That's their logo, the Revolution, and they're all in red trunks with the black knee pads, with some exclusions. But Bill Goldberg is the leader. Second Command, Jericho. Miz, all red with the Elite 3 arm. Yeah, I know Miz is in the Nexus too, but you know, I bent the rules. Ted DiBiase in the red trunks, because obviously Kozlov with the red armband symbolizing his allegiance. Randy Orton, who's I should have put him after Bill Goldberg. He is second in command. Sheamus, the old gold. Could have also put his Elite in there if I had it, but you don't really care that much. Batista with the big show hat to make him look more like a punk. And the red glove to symbolize his allegiance. Mark Henry on Ezekiel Jackson body, because it just looks a lot better than that Mark Henry body. He is the Revolution champion, or the Universal champion. Adrian Neville. And then, what are they called? The Revival. Yeah, both the Revival. And that's it for the Revolution, but that could also grow too. I don't really care about these as much as the Nexus figures, so that's why. I really hope the battery life doesn't give out These are all really dusty too. I've dusted them off. I have the Clorox wipes. I'm gonna do that. I've also dusted off my shelves. So that's more of the reason I made this video more than anything. Okay. These are just the kind of crappy ones on the ground here. But I guess I'll do them. Okay. Papa Shango of the ECW Matt Hardy exclusive championship, which I've made a tag team title. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is his tag team partner. This is the first Bray Wyatt Elite they did, and I paid $35 for this because I thought it was going to be the only one they made and that everyone would want it. But then they oversaturated the market. Those are Sting Elite boots, the upper ones on that to make it more accurate. And I think I did something else to it to make it accurate. I put elbow pads on it, yeah. Undertaker basic, nothing special. Undertaker Elite with knee pads. I always put these Mark Henry or Big Show knee pads on Undertakers. And the short head scan. The second Ultimate Edition Undertaker, I have both of them. Big Show Custom with boots that make him longer, bigger, I should say. It makes him taller. These are actually knee pads that I've used as elbow pads, and the very, very old Mattel head scan on that. So I think it makes him look like King Kong Bundy, which I use that as both a Big Show and King Kong Bundy, just whichever one calls for it. Randy Orton with the best Randy Orton head scan they've ever made. I got that at Five Below. I bought like 4 of them. This is the WrestleMania 30 Orton, I'm pretty sure. I got that at Walmart on clearance. I never pay full price for figures. I either get them on clearance on eBay for like steals, or the Ringside exclusive, or the Ringside Collectibles Christmas sale, because they're on mega clearance there. But I can get 50 Elite figures on eBay for like $34 plus shipping if you just search the auctions right and be patient. You'll definitely find good deals soon. I've never lost money on wrestling figures. Basic Kane, just because most of these ones that are just terrible, like Basic Kane with nothing special about them, I usually get rid of. Chuck, Macho Man, basic. This is a fix-up Kane with the masked head, the left arm of that, and on the Basic Kane body, I used to have I put a shirt on him, but I don't have the shirt. Basic Red Kane, this is before you got the Ultimate Edition, or this is, when this came out, the only Kane like this was the Elite 12 Kane, and that was going for like $200, so that's why I got this basic. The last good basic series I ever made was this Rick Rude, Bob Orton, Sergeant Slaughter, and I forget who else, Ted DiBiase. That was the last basic assortment that they did that was worth buying. Now they're all just terrible and shitty. The only reason you could ever get them now is just for the head scan. Ric Flair. This Ric Flair is actually in the Revolution. I just didn't pair him with him. Black knee pads, red trunks. It's got the Elite head. This is the, if I can get it open. There you go. I also have the double jointed arms on here too. Put him in the Revolution. Fix up Kane with the much better head scan. I've actually painted in, or actually I think that I just did it with a pencil and then Mod Podged it to give him the hair they used to have, or lack of, I should say. But put the knee pads on him. I like these shiny boots. Very good Kane figure. Here's his tag team partner, Tensai, Lord Tensai, Prince Albert, whatever you want to call him. Pretty much the same thing, only basic version. Yeah, this Triple H, one of the first Mattel like packaged figures that came with shit. That was a basic. Kurt Angle. Don't really know why I still have this. I've never been a Kurt Angle fan. Santino. I only buy Santinos mostly for his tattoos, so I can put them on people who have generic tattoos like that, because his arms are usually filled with tattoos, but I don't like Santino as a wrestler. The Rock, biggest regret. Actually not, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Biggest regret of my life. Ugh. Whatever, but I regret not keeping the original head scan on this, because it was the best Rock head scan they've ever made. Justin Gabriel. This is the head scan I removed to put on the Nexus one. Don't know why I still have that actually. I have a Chris Jericho custom made out of a Yoshitatsu lower body that would go good as a tag team partner for this, but that's in my antique booth right now. Randy Orton with the Finley boots. There's Tyson Kidd. Finn Balor, this is a custom right arm that I did. This is not the one he came with, and then the left arm with the skull. I put this left arm on the Shield Seth Rollins Elite, but I kept the Rey Mysterio arm on there. Don't know why that wasn't ever an Elite. This is the Brutus Beefcake figure that I've turned into a Brodus Clay. Put the arms on there. I just didn't like how fat his figures were, so I just figured I'd make them thinner. Daniel Bryan. That's a really good attire. I don't know who he was trying to fool with all the Japanese and everything though, but whatever. Another Undertaker basic, nothing to say about that. Put the knee pads on him. I gotta put these further back. I'm disrupting the... Rick Rude from that one set. The, I think Greg the Hammer, yep, Valentine, Jax, and the knee pads. Really good. This is the Rick Rude Elite head. This is not the one that came with it because he just looks better. His pupils are actually looking decent in that one. The other one he looks like he's coked out. Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, whatever. This is a fix-up with the arms, pretty much the knee and the head. Kurt Hawkins. Missing ponytail, but I sanded it down and painted it, so it's not really noticeable. Well, it's noticeable when you put it like that, but from the side, you know, you can't tell. I have his cane somewhere. This is my Dustin Rhodes Gold Dust. I did this right when AEW was first thing, and I've had offers for this for, I think, 80 bucks. Someone wanted to pay me 80 bucks for this, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the Santino arms. I just use the Santino arms for people who have tattoos that aren't really noticeable. But yeah, Alberto boots, knee pads, really good figure. That's a Finley head because it looks just like Dustin Rhodes. I could go in with the crow's feet and everything and do some detailing, give them bags under the eyes to make them look like actual Dustin Rhodes, because Dustin Rhodes is probably suicidal. David Hart Smith again. Gold Dust from the... This is a really beat up figure. I need to go and do the black on this. But it also rattles. I got this for like 50 cents at a thrift store or something, so I just picked it up just because. Put the arm pads on there and the knee pads just to make it not shitty. Another David Hart Smith, the Hart Dynasty thing, and different boots. Xavier Woods, I had to replace... What the hell? There's an R-Truth arm on here for some reason. I don't know what I did with the arm that he had on, but whatever. Oh, Shelton Benjamin. I bet this is from the when I did the Nexus on Shelton Benjamin, but yeah, there's Xavier Woods. Brock Lesnar. I want the Elite 18 Brock Lesnar. I actually have had that figure before. I've also had the Ringside exclusive Brock Lesnar. I've had the Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar. I've had the one where it's like this, only black Elite that they did. But yeah, I have the gloves that are, say, Lesnar on them. The best Brock Lesnar head scan, where he looks like demented. And I think these knee pads I put on there too, so pretty much the best Lesnar you can get that isn't an Elite. Here's Mark Callis. I got a bunch of these when they were like $4 at Target on clearance for the head scan. And the arm pad that it came with. Other than that, pretty useless figure. I turned one of them into a cane. This is from the Decade of Domination cane that came with the mask. But you have the Brothers of Destruction right there. Fandango, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. With the most trash gimmick ever, who he somehow pulled off. He should have been a lot better. Him and Sandow were given the worst gimmicks ever, despite having talent out the ass. But yeah. There's John Moxley, Dean Ambrose. This figure feels so good. Just to hold. I don't know why, but it's just unbelievable. These have Dolph Ziggler arms. These aren't the shitty, terrible arms they came with. The Mox on the back. Christian, I used to have this, a different head. This head is terrible. But, yeah, silver boots, silver knee pads, and it had the other head. I used to have this head. But, the SummerSlam Edge that had the moving hands, the hands you could take out for the first time, removable hands. I put that, on this head skin on that one, and made an old Christian. But yeah, knee pads on this. Probably the best Christian you'll ever see in terms of how clean it is. I mean the application wise, not actually clean. These are all dusty. Neville of the Miz, just to make him taller and beefier. Hunico, I've used all the tattoos on this for the Sin Cara, which I'll get to eventually. I don't see it around. There's Hunico. Another Justin Gabriel. I don't know why I have so many of this. I've had the Nexus ones countless times. I've had the gray one with the David Otunga 2-pack. I've had that 3 or 4 times. I've had this one twice, I think. I've only had that one once. And I've had the core one once. The core, that's a failed faction right there. Okay, there's the pile so far. Bray Wyatt with that Brutus Beefcake head. I don't know why. I'm getting into some actual good stuff here. This has been mostly shit so far. Keith Lee, the beanie from The Undertaker. These are from the Ringside exclusive haul I just made. Bray Wyatt with the elbow pads, Ric Flair boots, and the Funhouse head scan. It's interesting. Custom Brody Lee before you got a Brody Lee figure, and I just put the head scan on there. I gave him tattoos even though he doesn't have tattoos, just to be whatever. Kane Ultimate, or Kane Elite. That's when you had the Bludgeon Brothers just coming out, and this was a hot commodity. Ziggler. I just bought this for the head scan, and I put the head scan back on this one. Team Extreme Hardy. Matt. Kali Ma over here. Knee pads for arm pads. It's impossible to find Kali figures for some reason. Also the Great Gonzalez is also hard to find. And Andre. I don't know what everyone's obsession is with tall, beefy people, but King Kong Bundy, Andre, Vader, Earthquake, everyone who's big, either big or fat, besides Mark Henry and Big Show, because those are mass produced, they're incredibly expensive for some reason. Damn it. Okay. One of my favorite figures, the King Shinsuke, with the head swap and the ECW championship on the felt. I like that one a lot. This is the debut Bray Wyatt figure. I don't have the Hawaiian shirt for some reason. This also wasn't the hat it came with. But I did buy this figure and Billy Gunn back at Target when they first came out. I remember buying that. But yep. Dean Ambrose with the other head. Pretty much I think that's a arm swap too. Goldberg. Nothing to say about him. Okay, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to do this. I gotta switch to over here. Randy Orton in the red, knee pads. That head scan is so terrible. I think it's a Flex Force head scan. That's all I had. I have the blue and green versions of that too, because I was trying to go for the Mario Party 5 Koopalings that you have to fight look. So there's that head scan is great. I like this head scan a lot. If the hair was darker, it'd be almost perfect. It's supposed to be him having no hair, but buzzed head or whatever. But they, yeah, but those are, they all used to have arm pads, but now only that one does. Christian, again, knee pads on him, arm pads. This head scan, the way it is, gives him bags under his eyes and makes him look kind of, I don't know, but not right. This is one of the better figures, Edge, with the, I hate how he's looking to the right or left, but I washed the hair with black paint to make it look actually accurate, because it used to look just bleach, it looked like Ric Flair hair, like that. It was so awful, so I had to do that. This is the Elite One Edge with knee pads, all the updated tattoos, I'm pretty sure, except the ones that are on his new figure. I got the rated R wrist things on the side, and I also put the black hand on them. These are Triple H arm pads, elbow pads. Another Edge. This one I didn't have to wash it because that's how they used to do it, because Mattel didn't used to be cheap or as cheap. Yeah, this actually used to be a Chris Benoit, but I sold the Chris Benoit head scan that I had and the jacked arms that were with that. Here's Edge again. I still think this is the best Edge head scan. Yeah. Knee brace. Elite. This Edge is shitty. I don't know why I made this. It doesn't even have knee pads, which is the cardinal sin for yours truly. The best basic Edge is the one with the red boots, the R that's like that, only in red. That I used to have that one. 𝘚𝘵𝘴 only. This is the Kurt Angle. I'm running out of battery here. 𝘚𝘵𝘴 again with the green chase and the Triple H elbow pad. Both the Usos, the blue ones, I have the red ones too somewhere, I think. Or if I didn't, then I used to. Okay, so Roman Reigns. This is his debut figurehead. Dog tags on him. I put these things on him from a later figure, elbow pads, the removable vest instead of the one they had to cut off. Probably the best Shield Roman Reigns figure could ever have. Dean Ambrose with the goofy head skin. Dog tags. My dog actually bit that off. So I don't like this. I like the one I did with the T-bar. Yeah, here you go. So here's the T-bar Dean Ambrose I made. I have T-bar. It looks more accurate. And just better, more menacing. So I'm probably gonna put the dog tag on him and just, you know, because John Mox is like 6'4" or whatever, so he's probably taller than Roman Reigns. Here's the Seth Rollins with the head from the white figure I showed in the very beginning of the video, and the arm from Balor with the Rey Mysterio glove and the knee brace. So I had a Vince McMahon with the all black that I used to have in the Nexus, or not the Nexus, the Shield. I had the Kurt Angle figure. I had a lot of the Kurt Angle figure. I could throw T-Bar in here and just have him be an honorary member. I could, I have the Triple H, when Triple H was in the Shield. Actually, he wasn't. I took the Vince McMahon body, the second one, not the first one that was actually good, the second one that was shitty. Removed the Vince head, put a Triple H head on. At one point I had, I think, 8 or 9 members of the Shield. Just honorary kind of thing. I could have done that for a lot of people if I wanted another faction, but I just kind of wanted to keep it with the original 3 members after a while. Bob Orton on the Heath Slater body for some reason. Jake the Snake, I've had so many Jake the Snake Roberts. I've had the Legends one, the Chase Legends one, the original Legends one that was at Toys R Us, the All-Stars 2-pack one. I've had a ton of Jake the Snake Roberts. This is one of the only figures that has a loose arm. I don't really like this one, is the thing. I might sell it. Yoshitatsu, which I call him something else, but there we go. Elbow pads, put the knee pads on them. This Kevin Owens is one of the first ones I ever customized. It's got the Bray Wyatt tattoo. This is before you had. This is like right when the WrestleMania figure of this head scan came out. Is when I made this. So like 2017, 2018. I put the Cesaro boots on them that are basic, so they don't really fit. Santino arms again because Santino arms are good for tattoo people. The I can't tell if that's an elbow pad or a knee pad from a Jax or Mattel or whatever the hell. It's that Hollywood Hulk Hogan knee, elbow pad. And of course I put the Bray Wyatt better head scan than this one. And I never had another need for Kevin Owens because that one's just so great. Wade Barrett. I have the one with the black trunks, but I sold it for some reason. Wade Barrett was also he wasn't used enough. Curtis Axel could have been a main eventer, just like Kurt Hennig should have. Scott Hall should have been a main eventer. Actually, I'm not even going to go on this topic. I'll be sitting here for 10 minutes. Cena, I've actually painted the hair on this darker brown because it used to be light brown. I Mod Podged it. I had a ton of Cena elites at one point, probably 10 or, yeah, 10. Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the ones I had, but I'm not going to list them all because I don't really care about John Cena. Paul Heyman with the robe from Roddy. There's another kind of mini faction that I've created. Sin Cara and Cesaro. And Rey Mysterio. Freebird rule applies to these people. Cesaro, these are the dull penny belts, I don't have the shiny ones. Sin Cara arm, the red knee pads, and the half, hell, who is that? The 4-pack boots. Tully Blanchard boots, and then those ones are the Jinder Mahal with the etching on them. Same thing for Sin Cara, only it's white knee pads, and you got to keep his red thing, because I had another one of those. This is the Drew McIntyre hand. Mysterio, I put the Sin Cara, the other one from this one, on Mysterio, and gave him that. So that's a mini faction. Here's the Series 1 Jericho. I found this right when it came out, when these were selling for a ton of money, since they didn't know what the hell they were doing. I also had the little bit bubbly, the AEW All Elite Wrestling United States Champion. Even though it's just, you know, I tried my hardest. Actually, that's not too bad when you look at the application. It's just paper printed out, and then you Mod Podge it a few times to keep it to stick. So, I mean, pretty clean application for yours truly, actually. Sheamus, I don't know why anyone would ever get another Sheamus when you have this one that's just pretty much perfect. Yeah, that's the best Sheamus you could ever have. Because the other ones, they made him too jacked and gave him the stupid arms. These arms aren't the ones that are jacked like Goldberg or Triple H. These are the skinny arms, but still jacked arms. The ringside exclusive Matt Hardy with the Hardy, you know, vest at the IC title with the ECW, even though he was never in ECW championship. Where is Jeff? I'm gonna do all the Hardys. Here's the ringside exclusive Brood. I should have bought this 2-pack of Brood. Used to be like $14.99. I should have bought like 8 or 9 of them. But it's the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy shirt with the European Championship on the Brood Hardy. One of the better figures I have in my collection. Putting that one to the side because I don't want to mess it up. The Chase Jeff Hardy with the US title, and I put the white boots on there instead of the ones that had. Modern day Jeff Hardy, or not modern day, but well, kind of. It's the Matt, or did I say Jeff Hardy? Matt Hardy, good lord. The basic whatever had the mower of lawns, that stupid gimmick, on the Matt Hardy body with black knee pads. I shouldn't have done this. I'm messing up the order. here, these two should probably go together instead of the Brood ones, but this is the Jeff Hardy figure with the Dean Ambrose or Dolph Ziggler arms and the Matt Hardy head scan that was on that purple one. I don't know why I gave him the US for the WWE title. I think this is the last Hardy. This is the one with the back tattoo. I tried to get just bare arms, but I couldn't. That's the Balor one, and that's just the bare one. I tried to get tattooed arms is what I meant, but I couldn't. So, yep. This is the best Jeff Hardy head skin I've ever made. This used to be on the purple one. I have the Elite... I have the purple one somewhere here, I see it. There we go. I sold all the head skins that came with this. I had the black and white one that came with this on the ringside exclusive Matt Hardy to make it a Jeff Hardy. And that one sold instantly for like 60 bucks or whatever. So I just put that one on that one. Also put actually I think that's how they were, but if they weren't, then I put the black boots on there. So the Hardys. And that one. I've had many more than that, but that goes for pretty much all of these. Daniel Bryan with the No 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 t-shirt series. This Ryback head is the one that should be going on the Nexus. Actually, it used to be the one on the Nexus, but I took it off to make this figure. It's got the Revolution arms. This is pretty much just to take apart. But yeah, that Ryback. I want the red Elite with those arms, because they look a lot better. It has the ones that are like the half circles on that one. Samoa Joe basic. I've had so many Samoa Joes in my life. I've had the GameStop exclusive, the red one. I've had a few of the red ones actually. The blue one. I've had pretty much every color of Samoa Joe. I'm kind of tired of them. Rainbow Joe. Kofi Kingston Ghostbusters Toys R Us exclusive with the better head skin. Probably the best Kofi that you'll ever see. Kofi with the trunks was better than the tights before he was a complete joke. Well, actually, he was always a complete joke from the start because he had that stupid Jamaican accent. Jack's World Heavyweight Championship on the best Triple H head skin they've ever made. There you go. I've done everything about this figure has been customized pretty much. So there's no point in even breaking down what was on there. Primo, I don't have Carlito for some reason. He's also kind of broken on the back, but yeah, I need to find the Carlito of this. That's the only reason I still have this Primo. Miz with the Elite 3 head. Batista, this is a terrible Batista figure. I don't know why I have this. Goldust with the Elite jacket, armbands. Zack Ryder. That's special. This is before anyone. This is way before anyone had the. This is like a few years. This is like 3 years old something. I can't fucking talk for some reason. The Elite arm from that, I painted in gold on all the, detail, and I did the back tattoo best I could, which is pretty much just the crisscross pattern, because he's unimaginative. The gold arm gauntlet thing, and then I painted the beard in, and this is before you got any beard, Roman Reigns. Funhouse Bray. Diesel. Jax. I really need a Razor Ramon or a Scott Hall. I've passed up many a time to get those, and I've also, Arn Anderson. He also should have won the title. Big fan of Arn Anderson. The other Shelton that's different from different boots than the one that's in the Nexus. Yeah, that's where the R-Truth arm went. Cody Rhodes Stardust Hybrid with the Dolph Ziggler boots. Bray Wyatt with the other Bray Wyatt head scan that makes him look a lot creepier. R-Truth with the John Cena. Actually, these are the Matt Hardy 2-pack lower legs painted black. Yep, with the AEW Hardcore Championship. That's bits of paperclip that I scissored to, that didn't sound right, that I cut to make it say AEW. I know it says Tag Team Champions, but it's the AEW Hardcore Championship is what it was. This is back when AEW had nothing. They had just the AEW title and that was it. So I created my own AEW Hardcore Championship and AEW United States Championship. Your Wall Rings exclusive Triple H with the knee brace and the Doink the Clown boots with the white on the bottom of them. JBL for some reason. Jax. Stone Cold with the weaker arms because they gave him the jacked arms. No knee braces because I've used these Stone Cold knee braces on the Triple H and then the Shield. Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, which I probably scrapped for the vest or something. I don't know why I have that. Same deal with this one, which I probably scrapped for the vest. Just 2 Roman Reigns. This one, which I kept the vest on and gave him the championship. I don't know why I have 3 Roman Reigns of the same thing. 4 if you count that one. Ultimate Warrior. This one has better hair application than the one that was the Elite Hall of Champions or whatever. Yep. How much to say about this one? One of my favorites here. We got the Dolph Ziggler with the head scan from the one I talked about. Ziggler also should be no one in the business can sell as good as Ziggler besides Ric Flair or maybe Shawn Michaels. I don't know, but Ziggler's really good at selling. That's the Rick Rude. That's that Rick Rude head scan. Came from this figure with the Rick Rude boots. This is I got this at Five Below. Probably the worst AJ Styles head scan ever. His debut figure Elite had the best head scan ever, so it's kind of shocking how they didn't get that right. These arms are terrible. I hate these arms that are like that. Blue knee pads on there. I need to get some tattooed arms, like the Santino arms put on this, and the first Elite head scan to put on here. Then it will look respectable at least. Even though he doesn't have tattoos, he'd look better with tattoos. Some figures would just look better with tattoos. Ziggler with the head swap. This used to be the one where he has his tongue out like an idiot. That's kind of like, you know, Money in the Bank Ziggler. Sin Cara or Hunico. There's a lot of... What the hell? How did that happen? This is why is there such a big smear on the mask? This is... I bought this new. This has never been used. That's stupid. I have to do something about that. Yeah, whatever. But I put the Hunico arms on there. I used to have the Umaga hand with the tattoo on it, but I thought that was too huge for this dude. Oh, that was Rey Mysterio tattoos and then Hunico on the side. Adam Rose with the Stardust knee pads and Sheamus boots. Zeb Coulter, the last good manager, or decent manager I should say. Besides Paul Heyman I guess, but Paul Heyman's kind of overrated. Knee brace Stone Cold with the 316 vest and the stone face expression. One of the better ones. This is the 2-pack Roddy Piper and Mr. T figure with knee pads on there and the bagpipes and the Hot Rod shirt. And the mouth is actually open, so it looks like you can play the bagpipes. It's a really good one. I could probably sell that one for a lot. What the hell? I keep on separating these from their people. I do not know who this is. I don't know. Is it Hideo? I don't know. I'm blanking on that. I mean, I know who it is. I just can't remember. But yeah, this is the Shinsuke. I bought this for multiple reasons. I wanted a tag team partner for Shinsuke, and I had this head scan. So I figured I'd do that. And I also needed the shirt that came with this figure for something that I'll show you. in a minute because I can't see it. Whatever. Mr. T with the Finn Balor shirt, cloth, knee pads, the IWGP, is that the Intercontinental Champ? Yeah, it is. Custom on the felt. Target exclusive Kane. This mask is horrendous. It's not accurate. It needs to be more black than it is. But I did do that because these were also on clearance for $8 or something, so I bought 4 or 5 of them. And I sold the other ones, but I kept this one because it had the... because I painted the black on the mask and sold them. But yeah, I painted the mask black, and then I put the black knee pads on there to hide any source of red, and it made it look all dark and gritty. So yeah, but I kept this one just because it's stock, and I should have kept one of the ones customized. R-Truth with the Raw tag title and both of the Mark Callis elbow pads. The Batista shirt. Really good R-Truth, probably the best ever. I'm trying. We got the MVP, which I did a video on. The suited MVP with the chain on the Elite 1 MVP. My battery's about to die. Oh, I lied. There wasn't all the Hardys. This Hardy, Top Talents, I got for $4 with the... I put the yellow on there because it matches the yellow. Here's the Edge. There was all the tattoos on the other Edge. That Edge head scan is pretty good. Hulk Hogan Spinner Championship, Hulk Hogan necklace. I hate this figure because the legs are always far apart. I tied them together and for like a week and they were still pulling apart. Probably has the... probably doesn't have ball joints. That's probably why. I haven't checked yet. This Hardy with that head skin with the white arm and the painted... I painted this white, the belt. God damn. Dropped it. So, Ultimate Edition Hardy, he's like looking way to the left for some reason. It's a misprint on the eyes, but I want some middle finger hands because I think that'd look good. The only Bret Hart I have currently is this one. It's the 2-pack with the Goldberg head with the glasses that this one came with, the Survivor Series or SummerSlam, whichever Bret Hart shirt. Ultimate Edition Kane Championship and the double jointed arms from that figure. So I don't know why Bret Hart can't get a good head scan. The best one he ever had was the Toys R Us exclusive with the Canadian flag one, and that was 10 years ago, so what the hell, Mattel. The first defining moments, Undertaker, with the Mark Callis head scan, the WCW shirt, the big Undisputed Championship. Really good figure. I like how that one turned out. X-Pac, which I only got because he was on sale, clearance. These legs way too skinny. I pretty much only got this because I was watching a lot of the Sean Waltman You Shoot videos, and I just saw it, and it was just fake. But I wouldn't have got this otherwise because it was like 16. It wasn't. I never buy figures for retail price unless I can't live without them, which never happens. But it was $16 instead of the 22 or whatever, so I got it. Cesaro with the Ultimate Warrior IC title. I think that's all I put on there. Really good figure, actually. Got that for like $8 in the Christmas sale. Ultimate Edition Batista with the Batista lower leg. Since you've last seen this used to be this was in a video, but I switched the knee pads out with the Ultimate Edition Hogan ones, so you could see this tattoo more, and I put the knee brace on him. That head scan on him. I did some adjustments with black paint to his eyebrows and beard because it was kind of faded off. And yeah, I'm really a fan of this figure. It's like looking down for some reason. Really like that Batista. The stock Ultimate Edition sucks. It's terrible, but I've made it great. RVD with no... Actually, never mind, he has the ponytail. With the Spinner Championship, which is different from that one. It's faded more. I like that one because it looks darker. Because it is darker, obviously. It came with the Miz and the Toys R Us exclusive. But, yeah, that Van Damme. I really wish it wasn't smiling. They should make one with the red eyes, since he's always smoking dope. Cody Rhodes with the AEW title, Throne Breaker, Hangman Page, boots, knee pads. These are Jon Moxley arms, I'm pretty sure. And Jon Moxley chest. That's the only Cody Rhodes I have currently. The ringside one and the Elite one I've sold. Ultimate Edition Kane with the alternate head scan, which I don't really like as much. TNT title because it matches, and the black knee pads. I could have done the red knee pads, but I just chose not to. The Ezekiel Jackson red knee pads would look great on that. Hangman Page on the Jon Moxley because it just looks better. That Hangman Page hit scan is terrible though, so or whatever. AEW figures as a whole are pretty terrible. The only ones worth getting are like the Cody Rhodes or Jon Moxley's, just to make different ones. Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, whatever. I only got that because it was $3. This Shawn Michaels, the WrestleMania 30 or whatever, that came with the Bret Hart. Elbow pads on this, X Punk D-Generation shirt. Ultimate Warrior, or not Ultimate Warrior, but Winged Eagle Championship. The Drew McIntyre knee pads, which are pretty, you know, southern looking, if you catch my drift. But it had the X's on there, so I thought I'd just do that. I had the Elite, I think 19 flashback Michaels, which that was good, but yeah. And I had the this Michaels head scan's pretty good. It's not the best. The best one's the Amazon exclusive Ultimate Edition. But I'm not gonna pay that much for that. Guerrero Eddie. This is the Legends head scan. I sold that body for what I paid it for, so I pretty much just got a free head scan and shirt out of it. Knee pads on this, or these, those Del Rio Nexus boots were the Eddie Guerrero Target boots, not the Goldust boots like I said. WCW Tag Team Champion. And here's Chavo. This is pretty much just a basic of his Elite. Put the knee pads on there and the elbow pads. One of my favorite figures, one of the most underrated figures ever, actually. Shinsuke should have won this match, and the match should have been 10 times better than it was. I don't know why they did that whole low blow shit and turned him heel. It's kind of stupid. If you want to turn him heel, make him like this silent badass, you know, who doesn't say anything. Have him be that kind of heel, not the goofy, low blow idiot. All this hype and whatever. Shinsuke Ultimate Edition with the boxing gloves, because I thought that was funny. And it's all red too, so it ties in. And the Mr. T, you know, robe. Tag team champ with that, you know, that guy. This is why I said I needed that guy's shirt for the Freddy Krueger Kane custom. The Kane knee pads from the Target one. The Shinsuke shirt. This is the Decade of Domination Kane. Really slept on figure. The burnt head scan with the hair on the back. And the Chris Jericho Series 1 hat. Freddy Krueger Kane. I could put a open like glove hand on that to make it even more accurate, but I'm gonna get a brown gloved hand and then do the thing that I did with the AEW Hardcore Championship. Get some paper clips and make them straight lines or curved, and then glue them on there to give it like the actual finger knife look. Oh, God, I'm about to pass out from talking too much. Aiden English on Finn Balor, just because I didn't like how his regular figure looked. Skin tones don't match, but I don't really care. Punk. This is way before he was in the AEW. Just coincidence I had that title on him. Punk head scan, probably one of the best Punk head scans. I really miss my ringside exclusive Punks, both of them, because those were phenomenal figures. I sold those before he returned. If I sold them after he returned, I would have got way more money for them, but swapped the knee pads out for this, kept the white elbow pad on. Has AEW even made a CM Punk yet? I don't think they even... I would have had those on the line before he even... I mean, right after he signed the contract, I would have had Punk figures out. And not this dumb ice cream exclusive bullshit. I mean, like throwbacks and shit that Mattel never gave us. Black Randy Orton. Basic, nothing to say about that. Luchasaurus, who's in a tag team with Hulk Hogan because, you know, what the hell, why not? Universal Championship and the tag team titles, which aren't actually the tag team titles, but I have like 4 of those belts because I bought those Hulk Hogan Ultimate Editions for like I said, clearance at Target. So, yeah. That figure never wants to stand up. Sting, I bought this like this. I would never do that to a figure. But it kind of, there's also white smudges on it for some reason, but it kind of worked out because it ties in. I got this for 50 cents at a thrift store, and I'm not going to not buy a Sting Elite for 50 cents. I could just paint it white, but I don't want to fuck up on the black lines. So I'm just going to leave it how it is. Well, he was wearing the UK title. There's Randy Orton in the white. The only thing I did was put the elbow pads on him. And he had that, even though he's not... Okay, who gives a fuck? Alberto Del Rio with the smirking head scan, World Heavyweight Championship with the... This is one of his first elites with the white knee pads and the red boots. I really think that looks good. I've had Ricardo before, but I don't have him anymore. I've had a lot of managers before, actually. This is a Skip Sheffield or Ryback on a Kozlov body because I wanted this to be Lars Sullivan. This is before you had the basic of him, and I didn't get the basic because by that point no one cared about Lars Sullivan, but that is the Lars Sullivan. Billy Gunn with the DX army hat and the Triple H arms. I don't know about this figure. It's kind of shitty. Basic Triple H with the... This is the Shield Triple H head that used to be on the Shield one. DX shirt, elbow pads, gloves. Guevara from that Hager thing, $4, whatever. This is the head scan I had on my custom Brody Lee before he got an official one, so I just swapped it back onto this one. Sami Zayn, I got this at Five Below. I got a bunch of these actually at Five Below. Five Below when they used to sell elites. Now there's not even wrestling figures at Five Below. They used to have Mattel Monster Jam trucks. Of course, they were $5, which is more than retail at the time. That's because they had to. But they had $20 elite figures for $5. I got IRS there, Umaga, Tyson Kidd. I should have bought more of those Tyson Kidds. Sami Zayn, Rick Rude, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Goldust, someone else. I got a whole ass ton of figures at Five Below for $5. Kalisto. Yeah, it's just, I don't know how that was a shitty business decision by them, because I don't know how they afforded all that. Velveteen Dream. I really like Velveteen Dream. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of a dumbass, but whatever. Yeah, put the Cruiserweight title on him just because it's purple and it ties in for that. And the Miz knee pads. Evan Bourne on the Murphy body. Painted where it says disciple and all that shit. Vinnie Mac, who just got reinstated. It's his fucking company after all. I don't know why he wouldn't want to be reinstated. It's not like he hasn't been doing what he's doing for, 40 years. It's just now that in the culture that is today. I'm not defending him, but shit has changed. Jeff Hardy Ultimate Edition. think that's just how it is with the 𝘚𝘵𝘳 Priest shirt. John Cena. This is the probably best John Cena figure they've ever made, and I just made it better. I could have had the WF armbands like I had on the Nexus. Undisputed title. This is the best Jax Cena head scan they've ever made. I really like it. Yeah, that's a really good figure. The hair didn't used to be chipped off. It gets rubbed off every time I put the hat on and off. This figure's not done yet. It's Mr. T. I have to put those knee pads on him, and also the robe and a shirt and all that shit. The necklaces. I just kind of put those on there because I didn't know where else to put them. But yeah, the red glove from the Mysterio. It's gonna look good when it's done. Santana and Ortiz with the flag. I also flipped over the overalls because he looks dumb when it's hanging down. American flag and the head scan from the first one on that one. This Cena, which I'm currently breaking in because the legs were way far apart, and I'm just trying to get them to stick together. Because you just do that and then put them aside for a week, and then it usually fixes it. If not, then you can do other things too. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that figure. Trent. I have the first basic of him too somewhere, but actually it's in my antique booth, yeah. Yeah, there's that Trent. Only got this because it was $4. Didn't care about Chuck Taylor because I don't really give a shit about him. I do like Trent, even though his body's jacked and massive, it looks nothing like him. Yeah, and I can see titles on that too. Ultimate Edition Undertaker with the very large thing. This head scan is so wobbly, and also when you take this thing off, it's like 5 feet away from his neck. It's very stupid. The Undertaker tongue out head scan on the ringside exclusive with the rolled down and the TNT title. Very good. I had the basic of him with the shirt rolled down, or the tank top rolled down. I could just make that the thumbnail instead of the thumbnail I have planned, but, you know, whatever. Fit Finley, just the black one. I'm just holding that for, I don't know why. This is my placeholder Chris Benoit until I get another Jax Chris Benoit head scan. I gotta get rid of all these decals or paint or whatever. That's easy to do, just nail polish remover. 𝘚𝘵𝘳 Priest with the just you know, vest. That doesn't look anything. He's smushed down. There we go. TNT title. Jeff Hardy necklace. Probably the best head scan ever by Mattel because it looks so. It's not blurry and gross, it's smushy looking like half of them are. Just by default, put the elbow pads on them. And, yep. This HBK, because it's the one that was in this is the attire that he had in SmackDown vs. Raw. The one that I had. That head scan is trash, though I hate it. It's too big. It wouldn't, if it was shrunk down, and I don't know, but you can also where they put the hair on between the gap, it's terrible. But yeah, whatever. This also, it's not symmetrical right here. Always pisses me off. IC title on him. Rey Mysterio with the Hulk Hogan necklace, the Fiesta del Sol or whatever that Halloween thing is called, on the other Elite. Here. I need to put some knee pads on them, but I don't think they'll fit on them. They'll just slide down. But that's the only Rey Mysterio I plan on keeping. This other one I plan on selling. If I can find it. Nope. Whatever. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Ringside exclusive. I'm just going to keep this for a few years and then sell it because I don't really care for... I have one that's mock and I'm just going to sell that one too. I'm going to get the Scott Hall NWO one. I used to have probably 15 basic CM Punks, but this is the only one I kept Because when he debuted, I was selling these $10 CM Punk figures for $60 each, and when they just, I must have made like $700 or $800 just from those basic CM Punk figures in like 2 days. But yeah, this is the only one I kept. I don't know why. It has like the single worst Punk head scan ever. The one that's the Straight Edge Society head would look good on that one. Colonel Mustafa. I have the beret in my hand, but that is called a beret, right? Whatever. Big E Langston. These arms need to be not as jacked, and they also need to be longer. They need to be like the, I don't know, but they don't need to be that arm. That's the best Big E head scan they've ever made, and it's his first one too, so that just goes to show you. I remember buying this figure right when it came out of Walmart. It was in the, same, with that Cody Rhodes with the blue, where he had the mustache. T-Bar, because he was $2.99. He's good fodder for Shield people. Imagine having a wrestling figure of yourself or an action figure of any kind, and people only buy it because they use it for parts. This Bray Wyatt figure, the WrestleMania Toys R Us exclusive, with the Fiend head scan. They'll look a lot better with a jacket or something. Batista, suited body. This is the MVP. But I put Batista on there just because I had so many damn head scans from that figure. Battery's about to run out, it's blinking. Rey Mysterio with the gray gloves I did, elbow pads. All my side plates are in here, that's why it's rattling. Ultimate Warrior. I really like this figure even though no one really does. These were a bitch to get on, these red arm pads. Him and R-Truth are champions, I guess. This figure with the Mark Callis head scan, which it's a really bad Mark Callis because the forehead is bigger than usual. The NWO title, I'm gonna fix that actually. Yeah, whatever. Drew McIntyre with the Universal Championship and the sword and all that shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that because it's just stock. These red Usos. I really wish I could trade both of those blue Usos and the red ones for one of the ones that have the joggers. This Ric Flair, this is the best Ric Flair head scan they've ever made. And I put the robe and shirt on him from the other one. That's the Four Horsemen Flair. Fuck, I missed another Jeff Hardy. This Jeff Hardy, the Team Extreme one. And Titus O'Neil, who is probably going to be the next member of the Nexus once I get another Michael Tarver arm. Those are hard as fuck to find. That's one of the most prestigious, looking titles ever. I gave it to Titus because he never won shit, and I felt bad for him. We have Tyler Breeze on the John Morrison body with the thing. And John Morrison. You probably thought it was going to be Fandango, but yeah, Breeze and Morrison would have been a good tag team if they were in the same time period. But yeah, I remember when these shelf warmed and these were like $3 each. Morrison figures before he came back were going for a stupid amount of money. Now you can't even sell them. The Ultimate Edition Hogan with the Brutus the Beefcake thing, the red elbow pads, the red knee pads, the big ones. I put these on Batista. These are Batista's ones, and I switched them with Batista. And yeah, that's a good one to end on. I think that's all of them actually. So yeah, there's all the figures. Not all of them, but this is where they went. So yeah, like I said, I've had way more than this in my life. This is only probably 25% of the ones I've had total. I've sold all of them. You gotta sell them to buy more. That's how you do it. And all of them are in my intake booth that aren't here or on eBay. And I'm not showing those. I'm also missing my bag of accessories, my other 2-gallon bags. Okay, so yeah, that was the figure collection video. Farewell.